Hi guys. So over the last 2 weeks, Kenyans have been protesting against the proposed finance bill of 2024. Because of the title of this video, I'm definitely going to tell you why I engage in the protest, or why my fellow Kenyans actually engage in the protest. So the first thing that you need to understand is Kenya has serious problems like corruption. There's a lot of embezzlement. There's a lot of misappropriation of funds, and the priorities of our government expenditure is actually lacking. You remember when the current regime came to power, they had the bitter economic transformation blueprint that actually sold the bottom-up approach. This was going to give Kenyans like a projection of transforming the economy from bottom upwards, because as you understand, with the population dynamics, most of the Kenyan population are actually below the poverty index, that they are actually poor. So when this finance bill was proposed and the accountability of the funds that have been previously collected is very low, people got angry, because you already pocketing all the taxes that you're collecting from us, and then now you want to come and include more taxations, and you have not dealt with the problem of corruption. As you have seen our MPs, our senators flossing big cars on TikTok, flossing expensive watches, expensive attires in the project or the development areas that they're actually working on in their communities, have nothing to talk about. As an MP or as a senator, you're supposed to go there and tell me, as a Kenyan who voted you in, that we got this money from the county government, or we got this money from the national government. This is the projects that we actually undertook, and these are the results. So what we wanted to actually tackle, this was a problem, let's say malnutrition, or we want to deal with maybe the increased food insecurity, we want to deal with maybe something like even climate change, we want to promote tree planting and such. But you see, our members are failing to do that. Instead, they are coming to me with TikTok videos of their expensive cars, their expensive houses, their expensive watches and shoes, bragging, and that is quite painful as a voter who was promised better roads, better health facilities, better terms of existing, better ways of trying to make it in life. And as a youth or as a millennial, you're like, this is the time I'm supposed to be accumulating, I'm trying, I'm working hard, I'm ensuring if it's business, I'm trying my best to ensure that there's some growth that is going to maybe double or even increase my income. But the Kenyan government is here now proposing a bill that is going to make sure that that is almost impossible. Remember, the poverty levels are so high that it is almost impossible to even have some savings as an individual. So when you bring in some a proposed taxation that is going to make my life harder than it already is, now that got me outside to protest. Kenya's corruption index is ranked at 30 out of 100, 30%, and this ranks Kenya at the 126th country that is the most corrupt out of 180. We are doing that badly, and instead of the government actually dealing with corruption that takes up almost 10% of our GDP, and they'll be solving half the problems that they are expecting to solve with the current financial bill. This is a cry to our current president that he should actually understand we did not go to the road to actually fight him. We went to the road to fight the current regime that he is leading, because it actually is the most corrupt regime that we've had. And then he's the styles of leadership, they are kind of outdated. We cannot employ dictatorship in 2024. It's unacceptable. Kenya is a democratic nation. As you guys saw, there was a lot of shooting, there was a lot of use of live bullets. People lost their lives, people lost loved ones, people lost properties. They were using force to attack us, and we had nothing but our phones on the protest, and a bottle of water and maybe a mask. Seriously, Kenya government needs to improve.